Straight ahead on the news, a routine traffic stop is anything but for a local police officer. The story caught on tape in just a few minutes.
This Saturday, there's actually a sale worth getting up for. The JCPenney One Huge Sale. Shop from 7 a.m. to noon and save an extra 10% on select sale items. You'll be finished so early, you'll never suspect a thing. JCPenney.
I'm freezing. Try thinking about something hot.
Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich is seasoned with a blend of pepper and spices, so you'll feel warm all over.
Come on, man. Tell me what you're thinking about. You mind if I open the window?
When you're hot, you're hot.
CBS next Wednesday. Ben Pierce had a loving daughter.
You deserve to be happy.
And a beautiful new wife.
Thank you for making me smile again.
They both said they loved him, but one of them,
Matt, Melissa,
wanted him dead.
Somebody killed him.
What do you know about your stepmother?
Is she a suspect?
Everybody is suspect.
There are some things that I'd like to discuss with you.
What kind of lies are you telling?
Tracy Gould, Powers Booth, in a world premiere movie.
I did not kill my father.
A Crime of Passion. CBS next Wednesday. From Hallmark Hall of Fame, two children in need of a home.
All we want is to stay together.
Find hope as one woman opens her heart.
I want you to pretend that I'm your mom.
A season for miracles. CBS Sunday.
Love is all around when Will Smith joins Dave on The Late Show. Plus, music from Creed, and Dave gives a special gift. But now your local news.
Straight ahead on the news.
It's a residential street. 35 to 40 kids live here, families who've been here their entire lives, but now they're about to get a new neighbor, and they are very upset about what's coming into these woods.
With Christmas just around the corner, doctors issue a medical alert tonight for a few Christmas toys that may be harmful for kids. We'll have the details, but first.
He says he was mistreated by police and made a formal complaint. I'm Paul Orlowski, and in a live report, we'll show you the version of events that was recorded on a ride-along police camera.
From WOIO TV, CBS 19 News starts right now.
Good evening. We begin tonight with an exclusive look at a twist on traffic tickets. Getting one is never a pleasant experience, but for one man, it has become downright nasty.
That's right. An Elyria man could be in hot water for statements he made to police after a routine traffic stop. Paul Orlowski is joining us live now with the details. Paul?
Denise, it appears where he made his mistake, or one big error, is that he made a complaint. He complained to the police chief in Avon after he was ticketed. He said that the officer was rude and obnoxious. The officer who wrote him the ticket, that is. Well, unknown to him, the entire event was caught on tape. It all began with this October 29th traffic stop. That's 18-year-old driver Keegan Bonebrake behind the wheel. Avon patrolman Keith Hogg, who was running laser radar, is approaching the car. According to police records, Mr. Bonebrake was traveling east on Chester Road, they say at a speed of 52 miles per hour in a 35-mile-per-hour zone. He says that when he questioned that speed, the police officer swore at him and refused to let him see a readout of his speed. But a videotape of the incident doesn't show that.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm signing it at 52 and a 35. You're just signing that I'm giving you a court date. That's all you're signing.
What it does show is Bonebrake balking at signing the ticket. Officer Hogg then explains his options.
If you don't want to sign it, what I have to do is take you back to the station, have you postponed, and I have to tow your vehicle.
However, in a letter to Chief John Valaji, Bonebrake claimed that statement was over a request to see the radar read out. A more threatening context of, you do not have the right to do that, and, if you want, we can just have your car towed and I can drive you to the station. As well, he claims the officer said, don't get smart with me, when he questioned signing the ticket. Bonebrake had no idea Avon's cars were audio and video equipped. Tapes of the incident quickly cleared the officer, according to Chief Valaji.
As a result, in wasting my time and the department's time, we filed a charge of falsification against this gentleman.
As for the rude officer, he had a final bit of advice.
You can go to court and fight it if you want. You're welcome to do that. You don't have to pay the ticket. You can show up at court and plead your case.
Now, we did review the entire tape, and certainly without being judge and jury here, we couldn't find any hint of anger or rudeness. A conviction on the falsification charge could carry 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. Keegan Bonebrake did not return our phone calls tonight.
Be careful when you make allegations.
It better be true.
Okay, thanks, Paul. Well, tonight, a Cleveland man who's been in prison for 20 years is keeping his fingers crossed that new technology will set him free. Frederick Luckett was convicted of 2 rapes back in 1979, but he was in court today claiming DNA evidence now shows he's innocent, and he wants a new trial.
I'm hoping this will prove that my son is innocent and that they do have the wrong person, and he can come on home. I just hope he'll be able to come home today. I just really hope he'll be able to come home.
A DNA expert told Judge Bert Griffin that DNA in sperm samples taken from one of the victims did not match Luckett's. Prosecutors hammered away at the age of the sample and the methods used to test it. The judge can order a new trial or send Luckett back to prison.
Well, the driver of a semi-truck is recovering tonight from an accident in which his truck rolled over 8 times. It happened on the Ohio Turnpike in Elyria, and it's a miracle he walked away. Take a look at this. Authorities say the driver only suffered injuries to his hands after the big rig rolled over and caught on fire. A CBS 19 News watcher took these amazing pictures. The Highway Patrol says they're looking into the cause of the accident, including the possibility the driver may have fallen asleep. Well, police continue to look for the gunman who wounded an elderly Euclid man during a robbery in his driveway last night. Detectives say the man targeted the senior citizen and his wife because of their age.
I feel that he was looking for what he felt to be an easy target. He felt the elderly couple he could get some money from.
That's bad. I mean, they're more or less are helpless. They're not strong. That's bad. It's a bad situation.
Now, detectives say the gunman followed the victims all the way from a post office to their home and confronted them in their driveway. The 77-year-old man was shot in the hip after striking at the gunman with his cane. The man's wife was not harmed, and the gunman jumped into his late-model Jeep Grand Cherokee and sped away. Now, if you have any information about this crime, call the Euclid police.
Some quick thinking and a big dose of bravery helps a Barberton teenager keep an alleged attacker from killing his mother. The 16-year-old was able to return the favor by stabbing the suspect. A call to 911 easily shows the young man's desperation and his plea for help.
Jesus, Jeff, I don't want her to die on me.
Okay,
here.
so
Hurry
they've
up.
got the paramedics on the way.
Stabs her, so I retaliate and stab him. I don't want him to kill my mom.
Well, you're looking at the man who police say is responsible for the attack. His name, Angelo Pope. Tonight, he's facing a host of charges, including attempted murder. The victim is identified as Michelle Riley. Tonight, she is listed in serious condition at Akron General Hospital.
Well, the potential for your kids to get sick is always there, but for a Westlake neighborhood, they're fighting to keep potentially dangerous chemicals away from their kids.
That's right. The fight has gone to City Hall, but it's a long way from completion right now. Rick Jackson joins us to bring us up to date. Rick?
Jack, we're talking a battle of wills here. The landowner simply wants to expand his business into 30 acres that sit alongside some single-family homes, old and new. But the folks there have found out about chemicals he plans to process, and they are fighting mad.
It seems to be unprecedented in Westlake that they have that type of development.
It's right next door to them. I mean, it's not like it's 5 miles down the road or something away from everybody.
I'd like to see the city do the best that they can for the residents and not just necessarily look at the business end of it, too.
3 people living on 3 different streets but sharing one common fear.
The greatest fear is to turn around and have a industrial park back there that we have no control on, and what type of pollution or environmental issues and everything else that might affect our property value down the road.
Welcome to First Street, home to 40 families and one newly opened access way to what could become Q-Panel, a chemical firm that has a history in Westlake, but one these people hope has a questionable future. To them, it's not just proximity, 100 feet, it's the very road itself at issue.
It's just not wide enough for an industrial use.
A street away, it's the potential for disaster as well as the proximity.
They do use a little bit of a chromic acid, and that chromic acid does contain hexavalent chrome, which is a carcinogen.
I've seen this magic done.
Mike was surprised to find the no trespassing signs edging his yard, apparently a recent addition. Destruction of the old house on these just purchased 30 acres could be clearly seen. What they fear most is the potential for construction. One of the things the First Street residents told us is there seems to be a history here of the company trying to antagonize them. Things like what, you would ask? Well, how about things like leaving a huge bulldozer parked on the end of the street every night right up against their property line?
No, I'm not anti-business, except that, you know, something that's going to use chemicals and build testing chambers in a residential area, it doesn't sound right.
Now, to be fair, we did go looking tonight for the owner of Q-Panel, but couldn't find him. His facility does sit just on the other side of those woods, about 3/4 of a mile to a mile from the site you're looking at there. City Hall and, of course, attorneys will be involved. We will also follow this story for you. Jack?
Okay, we will hear more about it, I'm sure, Rick. Thank you. Well, tonight, a long-standing landmark in our neck of the woods is getting a facelift and a name change. Geauga Lake Amusement Park is now known as Six Flags Ohio. The announcement came this afternoon. By next spring, the 111-year-old property will be home to 20 additional rides and 4 new roller coasters, bringing the total to 9. But park officials are also expecting a 40% increase in attendance. More people means more traffic, and that has city officials in Solon concerned.
Sometimes the traffic is so congested that our emergency vehicles, fire trucks, emergency squads, etc., can't get down the road.
Well, the folks at Six Flags Ohio say they've made improvements to the parking to address the traffic situation there. Nevertheless, officials in Solon say they would still like a meeting to discuss the matter.
Well, to Russia with love. That's the message behind a special gift from Cleveland to some children in need. Parents, kids, and staff from European adoption consultants are sending snowsuits for children in Russian orphanages. Some of the kids helping with this special gift were adopted from many of these same orphanages. About 400 snowsuits have been donated for this project, and after weeks of sorting and packing, the final box was shipped off tonight and should arrive in Russia just in time for Christmas.
Look at those kids helping, too.
Very nice. And you know, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas in Washington, D.C.
That's right. Tonight, Capitol Hill was filled with the holiday spirit after President Clinton fulfilled an annual White House tradition.
1, go!
Holy Toledo, the president flipped the switch to light the 40-foot-tall living Colorado blue spruce on the ellipse just south of the White House. More than 75,000 lights illuminate this year's tree. To mark the beginning of a new millennium, the tree will remain lighted in multicolored lights until midnight New Year's Eve. And then at midnight, it will change into a mass of white lights.
Very nice. I just didn't expect them to say 3, 2, 1, go. That just seemed funny.
Yeah, anticlimactic.
Well, they don't want to say blast off anymore.
No.
Well, time now for our first peek at our forecast, which appears to be a pretty warm one.
Buddy Bruce is here, right?
Yeah, we've got another warm one on tap for tomorrow, but there are some changes afoot, and we'll talk all about them after a wonderful Wednesday. It's going to be a little dicey towards the end of the week.
And every kid wants the hottest toy for the holiday season, but it could be carrying some toxic chemicals. Details coming up in the Health Beat.
But first, after 30 years, the family of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. finally gets a ruling in their favor. The story coming up next in the headlines.
Hi, I'm Technical Sergeant Frank Graham, United States Air Force, and I'm stationed at Spangdahlem Air Base in Germany with my lovely wife, Vanita, son, Marquand, and daughter, Marquisha.
And I'm Vanita, and we'd like to wish all of our friends and family back in Cleveland a very happy holidays and a happy 2000. We love you. Miss you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I think it's important to diversify, so I talked to a financial advisor. I learned that there was more opportunity in bond funds than I ever realized.
Oppenheimer Funds, the right way to invest.
Which of the following will you find at an ordinary fast food restaurant? A, zesty jalapeno bites with bronco berry sauce. B, cheesy mozzarella sticks with marinara sauce. C, crispy onion petals with Southwest sauce. Answer, none of the above. You'll only find new Sidekickers appetizers at Arby's. 3 unique tastes that complement any meal. They're anything but ordinary. From the fast food place that's anything but ordinary. Arby's.
Side impact beams, steel safety cage, anti-lock brakes, the new redesigned Saturn S Series. Have a safe trip.
Honey, I'm going to Staples to pick up a few gifts. Be back soon.
Attention shoppers, looking for the perfect gift? Well, check out aisle 3 for great prices on Sharp mobile organizers. And save on Panasonic phones. No, not you! You! Yes! And I, or any husband, would love one of those nice global chairs. I need a leather one! Get a leather chair!
For great gift ideas and over 7,000 items at guaranteed low prices at Staples. Yeah, we've got that.
I spend a lot of time online. It's actually made me appreciate my investment advisor even more. With all the research on the net, our conversations are better than ever.
Oppenheimer Funds,